Atmosphere.
Atmosphere. What is it? Is it A, the realm of nightmares found in Greek mythology? B, a species of three-headed atomic monsters? Or C, a sphere of gas enveloping the Earth?
The atmosphere is a spherical envelope of gas that surrounds the Earth. It's sort of like a shield because it protects us Earthlings from the sun's harmful rays. At the same time, it allows enough solar energy to come through to warm our planet.
Not to mention, the atmosphere is the air we breathe. It provides us Earthlings with the oxygen we need to live.
So let's get a load of it. Like, what's it made of and what does it look like?
The atmosphere is made of gas. 21% of this gas is oxygen. Can you guess what the other 78% of it is?
The majority of the atmosphere is made of nitrogen.
Because it's made of gas, the atmosphere is sort of invisible. Even so, it has a detectable structure.
The atmosphere is organized into several layers. From bottom to top, these layers are the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and thermosphere.
Let's pretend it's Halloween. Forget the suburbs. You're going trick-or-treating in each layer of the atmosphere. But if you're invited inside for a cup of hot cider, you have to be careful. Some atmospheric layers are inhospitable to humans.
Layers of the atmosphere.
Let's start with the layer closest to Earth, the troposphere. This is a layer we humans live in. It's where you find clouds and weather and pollution and humidity. The troposphere is the densest layer of the atmosphere. It contains most of the atmosphere's mass.
Above the troposphere, we have the stratosphere. Want to know something cool about the stratosphere? It contains the ozone layer.
Ozone is just a molecule made of 3 oxygen atoms. Ozone is really good at absorbing harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. So the ozone layer is super important to us humans and our ability to survive on Earth.
Moving on up, we arrive at the mesosphere. The mesosphere is the coldest layer of the atmosphere with temperatures as low as negative 93 degrees Celsius. That's cold beyond your coldest dreams.
And finally, we have the topmost layer of the atmosphere, the thermosphere. The thermosphere absorbs wicked amounts of solar radiation, causing it to have temperatures as high as 1,000 degrees Celsius. Yikes, that's hot!
Well, not exactly. You see, even though the thermosphere has very high temperatures, it's not hot. Can you guess why?
It's because temperature is not exactly the same as heat. Temperature just means the particles of gas are moving quickly. Heat, on the other hand, is a transfer of energy that occurs when one particle comes into contact with another. But the gas particles in the thermosphere are spread so far apart that they rarely touch each other. So, even though the thermosphere has a lot of energy, you wouldn't experience it as being hot.
So we've got troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and thermosphere. Who's got a good way to remember that?
Trolls stupidly mash thermometers. Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere. Trolls stupidly mash thermometers.
You may be wondering, how did we end up with these different layers of atmosphere? How did they get organized like that?
Well, for one thing, you may have noticed that layers of the atmosphere are partially organized by temperature. The temperature of a layer depends on how much solar energy it absorbs, and this depends on the types and amount of gases in that layer.
Another defining feature of atmospheric layers is air pressure.
Check it out. The layers of the atmosphere are held in place around the Earth by gravity, right? That's why the layer closest to the planet has the highest concentration of gas molecules, because gravity's pull is strongest there.
The effect of all these gas molecules being pulled towards the Earth causes the molecules to push down on the planet. This pushing down is called air pressure.
The higher you go in Earth's atmosphere, the lower the air pressure. The lower the air pressure means fewer molecules to breathe. That's why mountaineers who climb to the top of Mount Everest usually need to bring cans of oxygen with them. In fact, for some mountaineers, the greater feat is not just to summit Everest, but to do it without oxygen.
I recall the time I climbed to the top of the university library without the aid of an oxygen tank. I thought I would be assisted by my animal spirit guide, the flying squirrel. But I was a fool. Turns out flying squirrels are all smokers. They have almost no lung capacity.